Good morning, Vaqueros. Today is Monday, March 23rd, and it is currently 89 degrees. We're coming to you from our Edinburgh studio. I'm Eliseo Gonzalez, and this is Vaquero News.
Campus news,
events, games,
and activities
all in one place.
This is Vaquero Radio,
the Val Student Station.
Monday and Wednesday at 11 a.m.
Vaquero Radio,
where
your story begins.
March is Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month, and the UTRGV department and local organization in the Rio Grande Valley are helping locals and students with special needs. Reporter Emilia Suarez with the details.
We want you to come and ask for help.
Student Accessibility Services, also known as SAS, is a resource for UTRGV students that have disabilities that may need assistance. Student Accessibility Services Assistant Director Janie Villarreal said the department works to support students with a wide range of needs, including developmental and mental health conditions.
The different types of disabilities that we see at SAS, we have ADHD, autism, learning disabilities. We have also mental health disabilities, schizophrenia, anxiety, major depression disorder, and we also have physical disabilities and also temporary disabilities.
While developmental disabilities are present on campus, Villarreal said they are not the most common cases SAS sees. She said students with developmental disabilities can face a number of challenges in the university.
They might have issues with time management, they might have issues with taking notes, they might learn better if they're hearing versus reading on a hardcover. So sometimes PDF or audiobooks might be better.
To address these barriers, Student Accessibility Services provide academic accommodations, which are designed to create equal access to programs, course materials, and campus activities. Villarreal said the goal is to ensure students with disabilities can have the same college experience as everyone else. Students who need support can apply through the SAS portal and submit documentation before meeting with an access coordinator. Villarreal said students should not feel hesitant to ask for help.
Don't be hesitant to ask for help. Departments like Student Accessibility Services exist for that reason. We're here to help you navigate your academic journey.
A local organization has spent decades helping children with developmental disabilities and their families access support and services. Easter Seal's Rio Grande Valley Executive Director Patricia Rosenland said the organization focuses on childhood programs and support for families.
The most important program for children with developmental delay or any kind of disability is our early childhood intervention program.
She said early intervention can make a major difference in long-term outcome for children. The executive director said through the program, therapists work directly with families in their homes to support children's development. Rosenland also emphasized respectful language when discussing disabilities.
When you refer to a person with a disability, you refer to them as a person first. Just like none of us would want to be labeled by one of our physical characteristics.
Students can find the Student Accessibility Services offices at BMSLC 1.107 for Brownsville and the Learning Center for Edinburgh from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or call 882-7374. This is Emilio Suarez for Vaquero Radio.
A new UTRGV organization focuses on implementing Western and ranch culture to students. Here's Celeste Cruz with the story.
Students who actually, get a sense of pride to, feel like they're serving the school in a different way.
The Vaquero Society began fall 2025, currently working its way up, focusing on recruiting students who are interested in learning ranching skills and Western culture. President of the Vaquero Society, Jair Olvera, said he created this organization to help students learn about ranching.
I'm pretty good with finding the right people for the job, so I think, I should just start it.
Olvera said he would like to achieve two goals in the organization, grow into at least 25 members in the club and create rodeo and charro groups.
It's very important that we don't lose sight of also our tradition as well, but, just finding the right people to teach that so that we can represent the school with pride.
Vice President of the Vaquero Society, Samantha Salazar, said the organization will be volunteering at the Mercedes Livestock Show, a cattle auction, and visiting a ranch 2 times a month. Entrepreneurship and Innovation Senior attendee of the meeting, Diego Guajardo, said he is interested in the organization because he would like to learn livestock skills.
My goal in the future is to own the ranch and learn a lot more about the livestock, the way to work with animals, raise the animals, all the good stuff like that.
Olvera said he hopes the members of the association are able to learn new skills.
I hope members, of course, take away ranching skills, whether that's practical or really any else, but really just to find a community that they can, get into.
Olvera said the association is planning on creating volunteering opportunities and events.
We plan to visit the sale barn, where they buy and sell cattle, and hopefully, rodeo events around the area.
For more information, students can visit the Vaquero Society on V-Link. This is Celeste Cruz for Vaquero Radio.
Students looking for a supportive and inclusive space had the opportunity to connect with others during a Queer Space Alliance gathering on campus. Here's reporter Diego Montaño with the story.
The Texas Rising Edinburgh chapter hosted a Queer Space Alliance meeting on Wednesday in the Bronx Room on the Edinburgh campus. The event invited both LGBTQ+ community members and allies to gather in a welcoming space designed for conversation, connection, and relaxation. Organizers said the meetings are held every 2 weeks and focus on creating an environment where students can socialize and share experiences. Oscar Sosa, an officer for Texas Rising, said the event also aimed to embrace the work of people in the Rio Grande Valley and gave us an insight into the club.
We wanted to highlight the people here who have done activism, people who have been artists, who have been writers, who have done press, anybody who has even contributed a little grain of sand to the development politically of the RGV was highlighted today.
Devani Guerra, president of Texas Rising, said why the organization highlights activists.
These names go unnoticed, these women go unnoticed. Reality is that you won't know them until their history.
Lilian Escudero, a student leader for Texas Rising, said the club gives a warm welcome for new members.
I think I would say if these are things that matter to you, which are basically us as people, I think that would be a really great reason to join the club.
The Queer Space Alliance is open to anyone interested in learning more about the community or simply looking for a welcoming environment on campus. Organizers said students are encouraged to attend future meetings, which include themed discussions, activities, and free food for participants. For more information about upcoming events, students can visit the Texas Rising webpage on V-Link. This is Diego Montano for Vaquero Radio.
Campus fundraisers at UTRGV aim to support engineering students to travel to compete at the national level. Reporter Emilia Suarez with the details.
We do this event like some other time. Just follow us and just keep updated.
Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, also known as IEEE student chapter, is using coffee to fundraise their travel to the Region 5 competition. IEEE President Darren Mora said the idea came from a former club president and coffee fanatic.
Since he was a coffee addict, he got us really into coffee. We were visiting a bunch of coffee shops for an entire year or two, and then we had the idea of turning this into a fundraiser.
The funds will help students travel to the Region 5 robotics competition, where universities from across several states compete. Mora said beyond fundraising, events such as these help students connect with one another on campus.
Not only does it bring light to the organization by being out here, more students are involved and get to see the organization as a whole, but also it gives us a chance to network with other students that we don't necessarily have classes with.
IEEE Vice President Gonzalo Cervera said the event helps club members understand the hustle in achieving their financial goals. Cervera said although the robotics project started off as something small, it has grown into a yearly tradition for the group.
In this case, the robotics project just started as a little thing to do as a fun, but then it became something that we do every single year that is participating into this event. So it's a really good experience.
The vice president said students who stop by their fundraisers can expect good quality and good flavors. He added the event also helps create a stronger sense of community on campus.
It makes a sense of Hopper if you see a local spot and be like, hey, we contribute a little bit, just like buying a coffee.
For more information, visit IEEE's Instagram at IEEE-UTRGV or visit its V-Link. This is Emilio Suarez for Vaquero Radio.
As the UTRGV football program continues to build its foundation, a new assistant director of operations and recruiting coordinator is stepping in to help shape its future. Here's Carmen Gonzalez with the story.
Cameron Herrera began his role March 9 and said his focus is on bringing in the knowledge he gained while working in Texas college football programs to develop the Vaqueros team.
My expertise that I brought in Texas and things that team operational stuff from budgeting, team travel, and all that stuff for the day-to-day operational aspect of it.
For Herrera, the opportunity is personal. Born and raised in McAllen, he attended UTRGV before transferring to the University of Texas at Austin, where he earned his bachelor's and master's degree. He also gained experience at the University of Arkansas before returning to Austin in 2023 to work in football recruiting. Director of Football Operations and Administration John Simmons said Herrera's dedication stood out.
Oh, there's a ton of things about Cam that impressed you. His humbleness, his willingness to work, his work ethic was second to none. The people that I've talked to and just calling his references and talking to people he's worked with the last few years, they just can't speak just how high character a guy he is.
He added that Herrera's commitment will play an important role as the program continues to grow.
I know that this really means a lot for him coming here and helping build the program here in his hometown.
For Herrera, the opportunity to contribute to the football program in UTRGV is something he takes seriously. This is Carmen Gonzalez for Vaquero Radio.
Straight back for the crossing route, McCaffrey, touchdown, that's big time.
Good morning, Vaqueros. Here's the sports schedule for this week. This week, our Vaqueros will be playing baseball against the Texas State Bobcats at 6 p.m. on Tuesday in San Marcos, Texas. Then, they will come back to 3 home games in the Edinburgh Stadium against Texas A&M Corpus Christi at 6:30 p.m. on Friday, 6:30 p.m. on Saturday, and 1 p.m. on Sunday. The women's golf team will also be playing in the Nashville Intercollegiate All-Day Tournament from March 23rd to the 25th. Remember to bring your student ID to all UTRGV games for free admission and support our student athletes by showing up. This is Emilio Suarez for Vaquero Radio.
And now for this week's events calendar.
What's up, Vaqueros? Let's check out the exciting events happening this week. On Tuesday, March 24th, swing by the Student Union East Patio on the Edinburgh campus for Union Unplugged from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Also on Tuesday, March 24th, stop by the library barbecue area from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the Tennis Club fundraiser. Then on Wednesday, March 25, head over to the TSC Performing Arts Center in Brownsville for the City of Brownsville State of City address. That is the events calendar for this week, Vaqueros. Remember to bring your student ID to all UTRGV events. This is Diego Montano for Vaquero Radio.
And now, for this week's campus weather report.
Hello Vaqueros, here's the weather forecast for this week. In the valley, it will be a sunny, warm week with highs reaching 87 and lows staying around 60 degrees. The weather for this week will start off with clear skies and ending the week with partly cloudy skies. That is the weather forecast for this week, Vaqueros. Remember to dress accordingly for these weather conditions. This is Celeste Cruz for Vaquero Radio.
That is the newscast for this week. Remember to read our news articles every week on our website, utrgvradio.com. Tune into Vaquero Radio through our website or download the Radio Garden app to listen wherever you are and enjoy the best DJ shows around campus. Remember to check out our YouTube channel for the latest news from the UTRGV and the Valley. Our weekly newscast will also broadcast at 11 a.m. Wednesday. Join us next week, same time, same place, only on Vaquero Radio, the Valley student station.
Thanks for tuning in, Vaqueros. Don't forget to saddle up every Monday and Wednesday at 11 a.m. And remember, visa